Hello everybody, Todd here with all things archery and shooting, and today we're going to talk about arrow fletchings. Specifically why one of your arrow fletchings seems to always be torn when the rest seem to be like brand new. This question came from one of my subscribers asking me what I thought caused that problem, and I can tell you what caused it. Basically what caused this problem is a clearance issue on your bow, okay? Everyone says the feather's supposed to fold out of the way when you shoot. And it's true, they do fold out of the way when you shoot, more so than vanes do, but there is still a rubbing action going across your rest, especially if you shoot off the shelf, okay? And the reason that being, let me show you on this bow here. Okay, we get a close-up, you can see it better. Okay, let me first show you what I'm talking about your feathers getting worn. If you look right here on your feather, you see this right here? That is from contact with the shelf of my bow, and I'm going to show you what that means in a minute, okay? How to fix that, all right? And the arrow will still fly fine like that, but over time it's going to get worse and worse, and soon you'll be completely worn down there. You have to replace it. It's a simple way to fix that, okay? And the reason this is causing to do that, when you have your bow, which is right here, when the arrow comes across the bow shelf, most people shoot with their cock feather out like this. What's happening, is it's contacting, get you a better picture of it, you can see it here. Your bottom fletching is when it's coming across your bow, like you almost shoot your cock feather out, your arrow is hitting here and it's rubbing against the back of your rest here. You see that? How it rubs against that? It does fold away, but it rubs those feathers at the back of your rest while it passes through. That's why these two aren't touched, all right? Now, so a real simple fix of that, if you're shooting off the shelf, as you see, this is a fully complete arrow, and this arrow and this arrow here are the same, okay? Both these are shot the same amount of times from the same bunch, except there's one difference. This has a different adjustable nock, and the nock's just different on this one, okay? Alright, and I did this experiment. I would have refletched a new set of arrows, and I've been shooting this bow. This is the new Bear 59 Kodiak I've had for about a month now. I'll be reviewing this bow pretty soon, and I made a whole new batch of arrows in tune with this bow for it. And when I did it, I made all new arrows, and I decided I wanted to see what I could do to fix that problem with the vanes getting worn. Okay, and after a little trial and error, I came up with the best way to fix that is you simply rotate your nock. So instead of shooting with your cock feather out, like on your bow here, instead of shooting like normally do, like most people shoot their bow with their cock feather out, what I mean by that is your oddball color feather, it's cocked out, see? Now with this, what you do is you take your thing and you rotate your nock 90 degrees to the north and point your cock feather north, okay? And once you get it pointing north, what you want to do is you want to twist it to about there, okay? Which this arrow here is now pointing about 1 o'clock, if you're looking at it like a clock, okay? And now when it clears, this is going to come across the rest. You see it's clearing the edge here now, and it's also clearing the backside, so you're not going to have that wear issue. Remember, very simple fix. Start with your cock feather fully to the pointing straight up, and then turn it about 25 degrees to your cock feather points to 1 o'clock. If you're looking at a clock right here, this will be 12, this will be 1. Point that cock feather to 1 o'clock and then shoot. That's what I did with 3 arrows. I made a dozen of these arrows, up 6 to hunt with and 6 for practice. I did 3 with cock feather out, and I did 3 with the cock feather turned. Okay? Shot both the same amount of times as I did each one. And as you can see, you get the constant wear shooting with the cock feather out on this at a 90 degree angle like most people do. That's your cock feather wear. And this, with this rotated at one simple turn, you have very little, almost no imperceivable wear on that bottom fletching at all. Okay? You're still getting just a tiny, tiny bit there, but not a lot though, okay? But basically there's no conceivable wear on that bottom fletching by just simply rotating your nock and pointing your cock feather instead of 3 o'clock, pointing to 1 o'clock, okay? And it will solve you from getting this problem here, all right? All right, I hope that answers the question for George that sent me the email about that. What causes the bottom feather to wear on his arrows? And that is what does it. If you're shooting off the shelf, you want to be sure that you rotate your cock feather so it's no longer coming in contact with the shelf. Again, let's one more time recap. Cock feather out. Coming across, as you can see right there where it's hitting that that rest. And what's happening? See what's happening? Completely smacking. Now look at it with this way now, with the cock feather rotated. Just that 1 o'clock position. Now watch. You're completely missing, it's only coming off, it's only hitting the rest, and it's completely clearing that area there. You see that? One more time, see it? So it's coming off the bow, it's completely clearing that. Just like that as it comes off the bow, nowhere. Alright? Okay, this wraps up this video on how to avoid the dreaded bottom fletching fraying on all your bows if you're shooting off off the shelf. If you're shooting off a regular bow rest, like a spring rest or a finger rest or a rubber rest, you won't have that issue. But if you're shooting off the shelf, you're going to have that issue if you shoot with your cock feather at 90-degree angle. Remember, just take it and rotate this, instead of being stuck, your cock feather being out like this, okay, when you're shooting, just rotate it 90 degrees like this. Alright, boom, that'll solve that issue. Alright? I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. If it helps you, please leave a thumbs up for me. If you're having the same problem that I was having on my feathers, and try this fix and see if it works for you. It worked for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you as well. Alright? Well, and thank you guys for watching. Also, be sure to stay tuned for the review to come out soon on this bow. There's going to be a full bow review on this 59 Kodiak and a hunting trip I'm going to be using this bow on real soon too. So look for that being uploaded pretty soon. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, and until next time, y'all, ciao.